Good morning, David Paul here. Little update on what's going on. I'm working on the tiny house roof. So here's the tiny house below me, below the ladder here, and I'm up at first floor level. And so I've got all of this completed. It's quite a lot. It's a huge spread of space. And it works out that this entire area is about 300 tiles, which is about half the area of the house. And it seems that to do the roof above here is going to take about 2 pallets of slits, of tiles rather. So I'm happy with that. That's going to take the whole job to £333 a pallet, which is going to be £666 to do the entire roof. So that demonstrates that you can do jobs really cheap if you're the one who does the work. So this is, as you'll see, it curves and it goes backwards that way. It's the wrong way. I haven't got the slant on the roof correct. So what I need to do is these beams which are supporting it all, I need to jack them up. I'll use what's called an acro, which is a sort of post jack thing, and I'll jack them all up and slip wood underneath. And then I need about, I don't know, I need to go about 6 to 9 inches high in order to create sufficient slope on the roof in order to just get the water to drain in winter time, which will drain over in that direction there. I'll possibly put a gutter on in order to take the water away. I don't know yet. But the main thing is I must protect this area below here where the furniture is, this filthy old furniture, which will no longer be filthy because I'm taking it out soon and I'm going to give it a damn good wash. I'm actually going to swill it with water and dry it in the hot Portuguese sun. So they're going to get hammered over the next month to dry them out completely. That there mattress, I think it was a new mattress, but it's been standing there all winter, so it's obviously got dirty, and I'm not happy with it. I want it to be clean. So that's going to be the very first thing that I take out, and I'm going to swill that down. So that'll be absolutely soaked completely all the way through. And I'll clear that, get that completely clean and dry it out, which is going to take, I don't know, I think it'll take a hell of a lot of drying. Get that dried out, get that in, and then I'll have a bed that I can actually sleep on. How about that? Sleeping on a bed, what a novelty. I've never slept on a bed for, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years. Yeah, that's true. Apart from times in the Philippines and occasionally visiting a hotel. Okay, so this is it. And look at that nice view out there. So I'm going to be enjoying that nice view, which I call my treehouse view. It's going to be like living in a treehouse here, looking out on nature, which I really like. But I'd obviously like to do better. I'd like more of a view, but that simply is not possible. I can't pull the house down. But I would never personally build a house like this. If I was building one, I would build something completely different to this. But at the back here, I will be putting an extension to this part of the, I'll put a doorway in here and apply for permission for an extension, which will create toilets and another 2 bathrooms, another 2 bedrooms, sorry. Now the bedrooms down here, this is the main bedroom. This will be kept as it will be a bedroom, but I'm considering, let's go downstairs. I'm considering putting using that room there, which is really crappy. I'm considering making that into a workshop. I don't know yet. To be decided. Oh, this is difficult to do with one hand. So it is a pigsty in here, but I see no point in tidying up, to be honest, because you know, stuff is in my way, and tidying it up, it's not going to make any difference to my life. I'm not staying here anyway. I'm sleeping in the garage. So let's have a look at the so this is the room that I may not turn into a bedroom. I'll see how it goes, because it's pretty hideous. This gravel here, this is the stuff that is my friend Ilaminio. He's got this on the floor in his garage. The Portuguese just get on with life. They're very much cut to the chase kind of people. So faffing around putting a concrete floor in that garage is just a waste of time. He just uses it for storing a bit of agricultural machinery. So it seems to me like a really good idea to have a floor made out of just gravel. So I've got these sacks of gravel. I've got this gravel, and I've got a bag of gravel out there. So what I'm going to do is, when I clear this room, I'm going to put all the gravel on the floor here. So I'll have a gravel floor, and I'll keep that gravel floor for quite a long period, because it's not a number one priority to fix that. The priority is getting the place dry. This here beam is a damn nuisance. It's in my way. I thought it was chestnut wood, but I'm very disappointed to find out that it's actually oak. I don't really like oak wood. It's what I call dancing wood. It moves tremendously. It just will not. It's not very stable at all. But never mind. I'll consider whether I'm going to use that for a project. I was wanting to make a dining room table. So there's the roof. And should I insulate it? Should I not? Nah, don't bother. Because it's not going to be around very long, this roof. Now these tiles, they've been difficult to fit together because they're all different shapes and stuff. And when they originally went down, maybe they were easier to put down, but maybe they've distorted and used. I just don't know. But they don't sit as well together as that modern tile over there, which has been made by machinery, a machine press. So the accuracy of that thing is much better. So I may reuse these outside on that through there on the outhouse part. I will find jobs for them, because it's a lot of tiles to waste. But to be honest, they're not really expensive. If you think about this, this would all be £333 in English money. Now, I have an issue with constructing things. I don't like to construct things that you can't move around. Look at this house here. It's all made of stone, and you've got to love it. You have to love it as it is, because there's nothing you can do. You can subdivide it, you can do this, that and the other, but you can't really say, oh, I don't like it, I'll strip it down like I did as a child with Lego bricks and Meccano. Totally dismantle the damn thing and turn it into something completely different. Or just modify it or make changes according to your personal circumstances at the time. Can't be done. But wood is a wonderful material for that, but the problem with wood is when it comes in contact with the outside environment, which we can see from my building of the airframe, it rots. If it's on the outside, facing up to the weather. And yes, we can do all sorts of clever things to make sure that wood doesn't rot. But how about if you put the wood indoors, it'll last for thousands of years, literally thousands of years. So how about let's have it indoors and have an exterior skin. I think architects call it the fabric. Exterior skin to the to the building cladding, which is totally impervious to the weather. It is not going to rot. And what could be better than these tiles hung in a vertical fashion? It's been done before, but I think it's something that we need to explore more, because then you can take the whole damn thing apart piece by piece and move it somewhere else. It truly is a Lego house in that sense. And even the lats and all the woodwork could actually be screwed together with bolts, which could be unbolted and reassembled somewhere else. So basically you've got like the equivalent of a very slow assembly and disassembly yurt or anything you want. So this is a terrific methodology. So, to be explored. But I think I'm going to use that for the outhouse. And I think it'll be a pleasing result. Plus we'll have vines and plants and all sorts growing up with, so most of it you won't even see. And that's that. So that's it for now. That's all I've got done at the minute. Let's pop outside and I'll show you something I'm doing here. So there's more of that gravel which has to go in. You have to keep this road clear because machinery goes down this road occasionally, very, very occasionally. Although I've never managed to obstruct the road sufficiently where they couldn't get down. But I'm putting in some flowers. So this is Bougainvillea number 4, and it seems to be picking up. It's doing okay. I put the roots in a shadier spot so they're kept cool, and I'm hoping that this Bougainvillea will spread according to its nature in the directions where it wants to be. So it'll clad the side of the house here. This faces southwest. That's westish sort of. I'd have to figure out what that was from, but this is facing southwest anyway. So it's around about midday at the minute, and no, actually it's not. It's the morning. I haven't checked the time, but the sun will come round here and it'll beat on this wall all day from about 10 o'clock onwards. So this is a very hot place to live for a plant, but if you like sun, this is your place. So I'll plant a few cacti here maybe, but you never do better than to plant geraniums because they just love the sun and they give you a massive return in terms of flowers. So I think I'm heading up to buy some more geraniums in the next couple of days. I have an oleander which has survived the winter, so that's going to thrive now because it's starting to grow and it's well rooted in and nothing's going to knock that back. So I think I might buy maybe another oleander. I'm not sure about that. I'm having a little experiment growing some tomatoes, just see how fast I can get them to grow. I don't think I'll see tomatoes. I'll give them to my friend Keith. And here, oh, that's nice. What we have here is these pots here. There are about 11 seedlings. I'm not expecting that all of them will live, but these are seedlings of Paulownia 9513, I think the variety is. And these are sterile, so they won't spread into the environment or do anything. And I'm growing them from seed, and if I can get 6, I'll be really happy if I get 6 of these to survive. So I can plant them in a hexagonal form as a support for, or trees to surround a tree house, which I'm planning. So when you build a tree house, there's nothing to stop you planting the trees first, because there's no law against planting trees. More geranium. So that's the Paulownia. That's a cross of Paulownia tomentosa and elongata. Here we've got we have a climbing plant, Clematis alba, I think it's, yeah, Clematis alba. It's the evergreen Clematis. And hopefully that will completely clad the side of this house. And it will remain evergreen. It should look quite tropical and lush and everything. These are my other Paulownia seedlings, which are simply not growing. They just did not germinate. So I'll leave them there and see if anything comes of them. But what I've done now is I've planted a whole set of extra Paulownias here in the hope that I'll get some of these to grow, because the compost I bought on the first ones is just, it doesn't help the plants. This terrible compost, it seems to kill seeds. So I paid a little bit more money and I got this, which is supposed to be a general compost for growing pretty much anything, and hopefully they will germinate. They were put in a few days ago, so I've yet to see one germinate. It takes at least 7 days to break the dormancy and start growing. But fingers crossed, if I get my 6 trees, I just have to content myself with that. You know, beggars can't be choosers. But I'm begging these damn things to grow. But now these have got 3 leaves on, so that's a sign that something's happening. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 with 3 leaves on there. And if I get another 2 out of this pot, which just survive, please just survive, and then I've cracked it, and that's it. So let's take a look around the lovely valley. So, see you later, Ati Lago. Makita tayo sakana. Jesus be with you.